Alright, so for those of you who watched my video earlier this week, you saw we shot some of the 108 Bergers and some of my brass that I pulled some 105s out of. So the 105 Berger hybrid target is pretty much impossible to get, and I'm running really low on them. Now the 108 boat tail target is pretty widely available, and it looks like they're going to shoot well in the gun. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and load up 20 rounds. We're going to shoot 4 5-shot groups at 200 yards, all at 34.0 grains. Now we're going to use different cartridge overall lengths. We're going to start out at that cartridge overall length that we used in the last video at 2.540, and we're going to go shorter by 4 thousandths, and we're going to do, like I said, 5-shot groups at 200 yards. So you see the load data up on the screen here. Let's get on the range. Alrighty, we're out here on the range. The target is at 200 yards. It's a nice day. Decent amount of mirage, but only a little bit of wind off the left. We're shooting my Seekins Havoc Hit Chamberton 6 GT, trying to tune the Berger 108s with our overall length here just a little bit. We're going to start longest and then work our way shorter. And obviously we're shooting at 1-inch dots there on the target, getting velocity through our lab radar. Now the gun is cold and it has about 20 rounds through it since it was clean. It's also got a Leupold Mark 5 7-35 optic on it. Shooting off our bags. So we really don't have much load work up here. We just shot this, as you guys just saw, with some rounds I pulled from competition I shot, and they look pretty promising, so I'm going to do an overall length test here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start our lab radar. And again, we're going to start longest to shortest overall length, all the same charge. Alright, so lab radar is armed, and I dialed up about 0.4. This gun isn't sighted in with this bullet, but that should get us pretty close. All I need to do is make sure that we're on our paper there. Alright, and first round. I'm going to go left to right on our target. Okay, first shot should be about 2,900 feet per second. Okay, we're pretty close on our point of impact there. Alright, so lab radar came disconnected from my phone here, but we still gathered our velocity. Doesn't look like a terrible start, but not super impressive. Our velocity was about where we expected. I am going to make one scope adjustment just because I don't want to mess our target up. I'm going to go to the, to the left, just to make sure our target stays nice and clean. I think that's probably just our wind there. Okay, so those 5 we averaged 28.98 with a 6.2 SD, 15 ES, so pretty good numbers there, and that did include our cold bore. We're going to move on up, or I guess we're technically moving shorter. Obviously our point of impact moved because we dialed. Looks like a little bit of an improvement there. Now there is a lot of mirage, so the target is dancing around a little bit, but that one we had 2,900 feet per second, SD of 2, and an extreme spread of 5. So far velocity is looking extremely consistent, which that's nice. Gonna go ahead and move shorter again. Okay, and moving shorter again. last one here. Alright, that one looks like one of our better groups. But the Mirage is a little tough to see. Those 5 we had 28.99 average with a 4 SD and a 12 ES. Alright, so barrel's a little warm, but not hot, and it only shot 15 shots, so last 5 here. Alright, now that's a little tough to tell. Looks like a decent group. Let's see what our velocity was. Yeah, so that 5 we averaged 29.03 with a 7 extreme spread and a 2 SD. So I'm actually going to go ahead and we'll talk about it here in a minute, but I'm going to put all 20 of these rounds together and do a ES and SD because it looks like things were incredibly consistent across the board, and I think we got some groups that'll definitely work. So let's get over there and take a closer look. Alright, so as we can tell here, things went pretty well today. Now obviously that first group is high and to the right, and we went ahead and adjusted the scope for the rest of them, so that point of impact shift isn't really there from that first to that second group. At that longest overall length, with the cold bore shot, we shot a 1.65 inch group, 28.98 feet per second, 6.2 SD. Moving across to the shorter overall length, we shot a 1.2 inch group, 2,900 feet per second, 2.0 SD. Moving across to our shorter overall length, best group of the day at 0.79 inches for 200 yards, 28.99 and a 4.8 SD. And then our last group of the day at our shortest overall length, we shot 29.03 feet per second with a 2.8 SD and a 1.38 inch group. So all of these groups are sub MOA for 200 yards. I think our biggest group of the day, which is that first one, is actually about 0.75 to 0.8 MOA. So 20 shots across the board, you know, they all look like they would work. Now it looks like to me that we should probably use, if we're going to use this load, somewhere between that 1.986 and that 1.982. That should give us a little bit wiggle room there. The groups look almost identical. They're in the same location. Velocity is very consistent, and it looks like that's a good stable load. Now obviously we'll have to go further and test this. This is just a 5-shot group one time, but it looks like the 108 is definitely going to shoot. So you definitely see this bullet in this combination again, and we definitely retest this because it looks like we're going to be in a pretty good area there, somewhere between 1.982 and 1.986 cartridge based OJI. Now, one other thing to note here, all of these 20 shots, we ended up having an ES of 19. So 20 shots, ES of 19, and obviously we were getting shorter with our cartridge overall length, which we would expect that to change. Our lowest velocity was 28.88, and our highest velocity was 29.07. So that also makes me really impressed with this load. Good SDs, good ESs. It looks like a good load. If we continue to tune with this, we can probably really get it shooting well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The Mirage was pretty bad today. I think this is probably about as big a groups as we were going to shoot with this combination. So we'll definitely have to come out and test it again on a better day. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.